Hello class 6 students, welcome to Brainwaves class English. This is our English educator Bhumi and today we are going to do 7th poem of your honeysuckle book, that is Vocation, written by Rabindranath Tagore. As we can see the term over here used, that is vocation, we need to know what is the meaning of vocation first. Vocation mean it's a strong feeling of suitability for a particular career or occupation. Now it's the time to know what is there in this poem. On your way to school or market, you see many people at work. Vocation meaning is not related to poem. Now what is this poem all about? Here it's written that on your way to school or market, when you go to school or whenever you go to anywhere, you always see people, many people are there on the road and they work something, they do some work. Now hope that you have noticed this. Based on this, how a poem can be described. Let's read the poem and let's understand. When the gong sounds 10 in the morning and I walk to school by our lane. Here gong means sound of clock. When you will see that some clocks are there like previous time, past time, there were clocks which rings at a certain point of time. Like it's 10 time, so it will ring 10 times. If it is 9 time, it will ring 9 times. Over here, as it is 10 time, the clock rang and then poet started to walk to school by the lane. Every day I meet the hawker crying, bangles, crystal bangle. Hawker mean the person who sells bangle. There is nothing to hurry him on. There is no road he must take, no place he must to go, no time when he must come home. Now here poet is describing that for a hawker there is nothing to hurry. There is nothing, no road for him that this road only he need to walk. Then no place that he must to go. That is, it is important for him to go to that place. There is no place as such for hawker. Next, even there is no time or no not a specific time that in that particular time he need to come back to home. There is no specific things for hawker. But for a school student, these things are very important to go to a particular road to reach school at specific time. Again, when it's dispersal time to reach home are also at a specific time. These things are important for a school student, whereas for a hawker it is not so. Therefore poet says that I wish I were a hawker, spending my day in the road, crying for bangles, crystal bangles. Therefore he imagines or thinks that if he also would be a hawker, then the things that is specific to his life, these things he wouldn't have to lead. Next, when at 4 in the afternoon I come back from the school, I can see through the gate of that house the gardener digging the ground. Now after 4, it's a dispersal time. After that he comes back at home. I can see through the gate of that house the gardener digging the ground. He does what he likes with his spade, he soils his clothes with dust. Nobody takes him to task if he gets baked in the sun or gets wet. I wish I were a gardener digging away at the garden with nobody to stop me from digging, just as it gets dark in the evening as my mother sends me to bed. Now, here it's been said that he always used to see a gardener who digs the ground. He does whatever he wants, the way he digs, in his own way he digs the ground. He soils his clothes, he fulfill his clothes with lots of dust particles. His clothes become very dirty. Next, but nobody takes care of him that what he is doing. If he is getting baked also in the sun or gets wet also in the sun, still nobody cares for him. Here poet says that or wishes that if I also would be a gardener, then I can do whatever I want. I can do whatever way I want to dig the ground. Similar to that gardener. Next, nobody would take care of me like him, and nobody would send me at dark to my bed like his mother does. This thing nobody would do if he would be a gardener. I can see through my open window the watchman walking up and down. Now he sees a watchman who is walking in front of his house up and down, and he also likes his job, and after that he would wish that if whether he could be the watchman. Let's see the poem and then we will understand. The lane is dark and lonely, and the street lamp stands like a giant with one red eye in its head. The watchman swings his lantern and walks with his shadow at his side, and never once goes to bed in his life. I wish I were a watchman walking the street all night, chasing the shadow with my lantern. Now he also wants to be a watchman, like he sees that watchman walks in the street here and there with his lantern, and he move as he lights the lantern, and everywhere it's dark, so shadow creates. So it seems to poet that the watchman moves with his shadow to the street. Even he also wishes to become a watchman as he can see in front of him. So overall from here we can understand that he can see different people are working and he likes the other people's work. So and after that he wishes also to be like them, like a hawker who sells bangle, then a gardener, and after that a watchman. He likes all these job, rather he don't like his own job because he doesn't want to be a specific in any time in any place. Even he does not want to go to bed at a specific time at dark. He wants to spend his night outside. Even he wants to dig the ground the way he want as gardener does. So overall this is the meaning of this poem. Now at a glance what we have seen from this poem, we have seen that poet observes around him many people. They do several different jobs, and poet likes their job rather than his own. Why? Because he feels that their jobs are more superior and good than his own. But actually, in reality, poet, whatever his job is, like to study, go to school, wake up at a particular time, sleep at a particular time, this is the best life ever. Because when poet, now poet is a kid, therefore maybe he's thinking these things that others are doing well, jobs. But when he would go to that stage, that is in a working category, that time he would realize that what was that time when there was no work, only to study, and then at a particular time we would sleep, no tension of anything. This was the life that they were leading when they were child. And now at a working stage, what is the condition of that life? Full of tensions, full of responsibilities are there. So overall this we have seen that what poet feels. Whatever I have said just now, this is just in reality I am telling. It's not there in the poem, neither it is any part of the poem. Till this much then. Thank you very much for now. Bye bye. We will meet again on next day with new poem.